What is up, guys? TopTierYugioh here. And who do we have and what'd you do today?
It's Aaron Roy. I got 5th at the Richmond regional.
Nice. And what'd you play?
Flundereeze.
Best deck?
I'm actually just like hugely out of it right now and I have no idea what's good. So I've had this deck sleeved up for 2 weeks and I woke up at 4 a.m. I got built a deck, went back to sleep for 2 hours, rolled out of bed and came here. So
it worked out. Let's see the list.
Played 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Shifter. I think I drew this like twice and used it twice. It was, I don't think, super impactful in the matchups I drew it, but it's pretty good. 3, 1, 1. I don't think there's like any like need to explain these cards. Like everyone knows. I think Toucan's like arguably the best one in the grand game. But then the Barrier Statue, Harpy Harpist. This card doesn't see like a lot of play, and it only came up once for me today, but it's just another way to protect your Barrier Statue. It's also Scarm in the end phase for any level 4 lower winged beast with 1500 or less attacks, so it's like it searches your entire deck.
Yeah,
and
all
it's like
monsters.
It's just like not bad in the grind game, and it's kind of seal the deal so they can't out this card. So, and last level 4 lower winged beast was DD Crow. This was just in my deck from like last week when DP was still like
a thing.
Yeah, like I mean it's still legal, but it's just like you see it like so much less over the course of the tournament now that Vertes bans. I used this card twice. It was good. I banished a Water Enchantress with this, and I hit an Ashuna with it too. So it came up like I searched every single time. I didn't like draw it and use it on my opponent's turn. So it was okay. Like I think I would have won those games anyway, but
just having it helped.
It's a wing beast for Advent, and that's kind of important too. Like when you add like cards to your deck, they need to function with like the rest of your starters, I think. So then I played the like typical 4 tribute summons. People have been cutting this a lot, but I use this. I resolve this at least twice a day to gate cards, and it's just like, and everyone's playing evenly match right now, so it's like, and it's a really easy tell when they have evenly. So you just always summon this, and it backs up whatever you have, and this is the best card. You loop your opponent. You know what they're drawing for turn, and you already know their hand's weak. So, and this is just like kind of oppressive. It's kind of hard to deal with. Honestly, the fact that you can't activate cards isn't really that big of a deal. It's the fact that it searches like the trap, which just lets you play on your opponent's turn. That's like the biggest thing about that card. 3 map. I didn't play Terraforming. I felt like if I played Terraforming, I'd be too pressured to play Mystic Mine in the main deck, and I wanted to play a list. I didn't want to like play more into Droll than I already was. So I don't know. 3 Advent, 3 Duality, 3 Prosperities, all the consistency cards. 3 Dark Ruler. I Dark Rulered I think a couple people, but like it could have probably been Imperm. It would have been the same exact thing. I kind of wanted this to be Imperm a couple times where I would just, drew this, like I couldn't play and I had to set it like a bluff. So it probably should have been Imperm, but like this is still not a bad game 1 card. Like you kind of need stuff like this to beat all the combo decks. 2 books. It's like a good game 1 card. Like it helps you play through hand traps, and it's like if you break or like you get stopped through like Ash or something like Gamma, like this is like a good card, just kind of like interact your opponent on their turn. This card was ridiculous. I didn't realize you could tribute multiple of your opponent's cards on a single turn with this. Like I thought it was just once per turn. Like I'm hugely dented. Like I did not read half these cards before I started playing, but like this ended up being like the best card in my deck. Like you search this like turn 2 or 3 to kind of like seal a deal and make it like kind of impossible to play through your boards. Call by the Grave. This was my 41st card. I never drew this card, I don't think. I never resolved it. You could just cut this card and play 40 cards. This is the 41st card, so like this is a blink. Like it didn't do anything. And then the Trap. The Trap's like literally the best card in the deck.
Surprised you didn't like Cold Buy. Cold Buy is just so powerful right now.
It's so good, but it's just like you have to draw 2 cards to play the game outside of just Rabina. Realistically, you need to draw Map and Rabina, or like Map plus Extender, or Rabina plus Extender, like just to play the game through hand traps. So it's just like, it felt like it added to hands where like you already were playing to begin with, and your opponent's hand traps were redundant.
No, that's fair, yeah.
So like, I think you could cut it and it just wouldn't make a difference. But like, I could see hypothetical scenarios where it'd be like really good. And the extra decks like doesn't really matter. There's one thing that doesn't matter, but like I'll get to that in a second. So the Intis, Farigit, Omen. These are like the what's that? what's the deck that like?
Yeah,
the
Maximus.
Maximus cards, like the
Dogmatic.
Dogmatic cards. This is your targets for whenever. Like, I've never seen anyone play that in the last 2 months, but like in case like it comes up, like you have it. Like,
You never know.
Phoenix and Unicorn just to like out Zombie World or like Floodgates. Verdant. I cut a Zeus for this card and I regretted it because second Zeus came up. But the idea is that you like, if they summon a Baron and a Xiao under like the extra monster zone, you like you have and you can summon twice and like they lock you out of like if both of your birds don't resolve, you like turn one into Relinquish Anima and like suck up the Baron, and then you like take the other Wind Bird and link into this and summon their Baron, and then like and you attack or over their Xiao or just destroy it.
You're just so far ahead at that point too.
Yeah, it just never came up. Like it was just like a concept thing. Link monsters. Relinquish Anima is like the best one. Dark, you can summon back. This is less relevant now that DP is not like really in the format anymore.
Summon back Mirror Jade.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that would be a play you could do. Goose Elf Max and Rail Cannon, like hypothetically, you have 2 Empins, you can like summon this and kill your opponent, but it never came up. Zeus, play 2 of this. I'm just dented, and I did not. Downer, play 2 of this. I'm just not very smart. The Leerlu, I don't want to say that word's name. I can't pronounce that. And the 2 Leerlu's cards. This is just Zeus cards. Like realistically, just find 2 cards out of here to cut and play another Downer than Zeus, because like it definitely like came up for me one game and I lost the game because I didn't have it in my deck. So side deck, Dimension, Fissure. It's just like a good going first card. It's a Floodgate, and they can't like droll you or Veiler you, or all the hand traps that have to actually like be sent to the graveyard. Like it shuts them off. You still get ashed, but it's just like even if you get hand trapped, like you have to deal with like a macro on the field. So
And most decks just can't, not with just their engine.
yeah, like besides like the fusion decks, like most decks kind of struggle with this. Duster, 2 Lightning Storms, 2 Regekis. This really just should be. This shouldn't be here, and there should be 3 Lightning Storms because they basically are the same thing, but I couldn't find another Lightning Storm, so I supplemented it with more Regekis. 3 Evenly. This was the best card in my side deck all day. It's probably the best trap card in the format, actually, moving forward. 3 Harpies Featherstorm. This card was okay. I found myself siding in Duster, and this, in case they Lightning Stormed me, I could get like Duster on my deck for free, especially against like the mid-range decks. That's really good. But I resolved this twice and I won those games, so it was good. And 3 Cosmics. You need as many cards as possible at Outside the World, so. And that was my deck. That was all 71 cards of it.
71
So
cards.
I guess, right? 40, 15,
Yeah,
41, 15, 15, yeah. So this deck's not good. It's just really good against good players and really bad against bad players.
Good
So-
against good players is pretty good though.
yeah. So I just didn't want to think, and it was good. I got 5th, so
Congrats.
I lost once.
Do you have any shout outs? Did I ask you that already?
Shout out to all the Richmond guys, Clark, Casey, if I don't say your name, you know who you are. Shout out to my fiance, Ashley. Shout out to my dog, Pacha. Shout out to my World of Warcraft guild, Exit Strategy, best guild on Benediction. And I don't know, shout out to Bible Study. Liam, you know it's you. Yeah, that's it.
Congrats, man.
Thank you for having me.